Well, I think The Rock has finally learned to know his role and open his mouth, because it wasn't Roman Reigns that called out The Rock. It wasn't Paul Heyman that called out The Rock. Neither Roman Reigns nor Paul Heyman looked for the celebrity rub from calling out The Rock. The Rock watched SmackDown, and well, he should. The Rock saw the enormous box office appeal of Roman Reigns, and The Rock wanted in on the Roman Reigns business. So The Rock went public begging, and The Rock doesn't beg much, but The Rock went public begging for a WrestleMania main event with Roman Reigns. And the only reason why that match hasn't come to fruition yet is because A, Roman Reigns has a special counsel that knows how to negotiate top main event WrestleMania paydays.
Good.
And two, The Rock is not the only one in sports, entertainment, or sports entertainment that wants to main event WrestleMania with Roman Reigns. Everyone that you can think of is banging down Vince McMahon's door, begging for a WrestleMania main event with Roman Reigns.
The Rock versus Roman Reigns is a dream match that wrestling fans have wanted to see for a few years now, and it might finally be happening at WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood in 2023. According to Bryan Alvarez from Wrestling Observer Live, The Rock is free of any movie commitments during the first quarter of 2023, which is when WrestleMania will take place at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. This is the quote from Bryan Alvarez. He's going to do 0 movie commitments for the first quarter of 2023, which would allow him to do WrestleMania without having to worry about movie commitments, and also have the time to help launch the first season of the XFL. So actually, the timing of doing a WrestleMania match would be excellent this year, because he has 2 different projects which would require him to take time off from movies. This is very interesting because his movie commitments were the reason that he hasn't wrestled in a very long time. When The Rock had his match against John Cena at WrestleMania 29, he suffered an injury that delayed shoots. Because of that, he's been out of action in order to prevent that from happening again. These movies have such precise deadlines that a single injury could jeopardize an entire project. On top of that, The Rock can't make too many appearances when he is shooting a movie. With this news, it allows him to properly train to prevent any serious injury, while also having time to show up on SmackDown to actually build up the feud. The WWE has been heavily teasing Roman Reigns versus The Rock over the last year, and it looks like it is finally going to happen. I think this would be the biggest WWE match of all time. Just imagine all the money that The Rock and the WWE would make from this dream match. I want to see it happen, and I think it will. In other news, I think it's important to update you guys on the Sasha Banks and Naomi situation. For those that watched SmackDown, Michael Cole announced that the 2 ladies have been suspended indefinitely. On top of that, the company is hosting a tournament to determine new women tag team champions. Does WWE even have enough tag teams for that tournament? That is the real question. Anyways, the WWE also removed Sasha Banks and Naomi from WWEshop.com. That means all of their merch is gone, and those women were really pushing a lot of merch, so that's really crazy to see. Naomi also deleted her previous Twitter bio that included the phrase WWE Superstar. WWE also removed them from the opening intro, the then, now, and forever intro. The creative teams also have stopped pitching any storylines for these 2 women. To me, this really does not look like a work, and it looks like WWE doesn't even want to turn it into one. It looks like they are punishing these 2 ladies for actually walking out. Quite frankly, things only seem to be getting uglier, and I don't think it's going to be pretty, and it's just the beginning of it. Another report indicated that Sasha Banks was really upset even before the incident on Monday Night Raw last week. She's been upset since WrestleMania 38. Sasha Banks was originally scheduled to compete for the SmackDown Women's title at WrestleMania against Charlotte. This is kind of obvious since the seeds were planted way back in November. Those plans changed once Ronda Rousey decided she wanted to come back. Banks was then eliminated early in the Royal Rumble match, and Ronda went on to win the entire Rumble, earning a shot at the championship at WrestleMania. And I got a feeling that Sasha Banks was supposed to win that Rumble match as well if Ronda wasn't coming back. The WWE ultimately felt like Ronda was the bigger star and went with her. And I can see why she is frustrated. When WWE tells you that you're getting a big WrestleMania match and most likely a Royal Rumble win, and you are relegated to a women's tag team match that doesn't mean too much, I would be mad too. Interestingly enough though, Snoop Dogg posted this on his Instagram with the caption Bloodline. You can decide what you think that means. Also, additionally, Pat McAfee discussed the situation on his podcast, and let me roll that clip for you.
And the Sasha and Naomi thing, that was my first time hearing what Cole was saying live there. I have no idea what to think there.
Yeah, what's going on?
I have no clue. This is a very fascinating thing.
Yeah, need Sasha.
She's superstar.
Yeah, talent.
They were our champions. What? I honestly have no idea what to believe in this whole thing. They keep me out of the loop with everything. I have no fucking idea. While Cole was doing his thing, I was very fascinated. What is going on? What is going on right now? I have no idea. I wish I had more answers for people. A couple people asked me during my chat with Pat on Saturday, what's going on? It's like, Buck, I feel like you know more than I do. Literally, as that was happening, I'm like, oh, god damn. Suspended indefinitely.
Hopefully we get some sort of resolution.
Yeah,
at some
we
point
need
here.
it.
I know.
This entire story is extremely interesting, and I will keep you guys updated. The beef between Nia Jax and Becky Lynch continues. On Instagram, a fan asked, "Are you and Becky in good friendship or not?" To which Nia Jax replied with, "LOL, I don't think she has a good friendship with anyone," followed with a laughing emoji. It's safe to say that these two ladies probably don't have the best relationship. You can assume that it started in 2018 when Nia Jax accidentally broke Becky's face right before her big match against Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series. If I had to guess, I'm guessing that Becky Lynch wasn't too happy about that. I don't think anyone would be. It's funny that Nia Jax said this when this woman botched a number of times, almost killing a few different wrestlers in the WWE. I'm sure that there are many women in the back that weren't too friendly with Nia Jax either because of that reason right there. We won't really know if this is ever true, but I don't really believe the comment by Nia Jax. Becky Lynch definitely has to be somewhat liked backstage, otherwise she would not be on the top of this division. Many people were also on her side during that segment with Charlotte Flair and the entire championship belts incident, so if she really had no friends, I doubt she would have had supporters during that entire time, unless Charlotte Flair isn't liked either, because at that point then you have Charlotte and Becky, two of the top women who a lot of people don't like. I don't know, I don't buy it. Sorry Nia Jax, get out of here, alright? And the last piece of news that I did want to cover is that Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins is set to main event Hell in a Cell. With Reigns slated to miss Hell in a Cell, Meltzer says that the match between Rhodes and Seth Rollins inside the structure will be the main event. This would mark the second straight premium live event to be headlined by a non-title match. Rollins and Rhodes have certainly done enough over the last couple of months to deserve a stipulation match. Their matches at WrestleMania and WrestleMania Backlash were both excellent, and Rhodes has clearly established himself as a top babyface on Raw since making his return to WWE. This could be their best match yet, and I am stoked to see it. I'm very excited. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next video.